someone who is excellent at writing, especially when it comes to song lyrics, is our studio guest this afternoon. Coral, it is absolutely lovely to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Delighted. It's a long time since we've had a chat. We have spoken to you before about music and about your work with different charities on the island. But you have exciting news because you've just released your debut single, haven't you?
Yeah, my first ever single. It's called Divide. And it was about me moving to London, which now I'm back on the island. But it was about the divide between having not my family around and everything anymore. So it's really nice to have it finally out and have people listening to it. It feels the weirdest thing, and I've been so overwhelmed with the response. It's been incredible so far.
It has had an extraordinary response because I think you put it online and it had thousands of hits pretty much immediately, didn't it?
It was crazy. I couldn't believe it, honestly. It's been absolutely amazing, the response. It's been amazing.
And what is it like to have a song like that out that is from such a personal point of view then?
It's nice to know that other people will be able to connect to it. I love writing about things that other people will be able to vibe along with it and hopefully have their own little thing and jam along with it.
Yeah. And I mean, you said you were in London. So do you want to tell us how it sort of came together, who you worked with, what the process was?
So I met this team, Leon King, who's my manager and also my producer. And he's done songwriting with me as well. He's my guitarist. He's the whole lot. He's incredible. Yes.
Does he make tea?
Yes. And I also worked with Sophie Delilah and Alana Lorraine on the track that I released. So it's been so nice, and they've been absolutely wonderful to work with.
So how would you describe your sound if someone didn't know your work?
I'd say I would be in the pop genre, but I'd say my actual voice is quite soulful, so it's nice to mix it in with a little bit of pop as well.
And you've been singing for a long time, because I remember seeing you at various events over here when you were really quite young, to be honest, and you were getting up there and singing some of the most classic songs. You know, I remember hearing you do At Last, and it was absolutely stunning. So you must have quite a varied taste in music.
Yeah, that's thanks to my dad. Because of
Hello, Kevin.
Yeah, he's always noticed my voice quite soulful. He said he's always pushed forward, like singing At Last and stuff like that. And to be fair, it does really suit my voice and really shows the volume that my voice can do as well. Yeah.
And you've got the single out, which we're going to hear shortly, which I'm very excited to play for everyone. And I may have given it a little play already earlier this week. I couldn't help it. It's just so good. But what will happen with it then? Because obviously, as you said, you've been working with this manager and musician off island. You're here on the island. Mm-hmm. What will happen with this single and with future releases and things? How are you going to work it?
So I've been FaceTiming my manager constantly, and we're going to be releasing a remix Divide very soon, which is super exciting. And we've got much more releases to come in the next couple of months as well. So we'll keep it going, even though we have the divide, per se, between us. But we're making it work the best we can, and I have my own YouTube page, which I do covers on as well, not only just my own songs, but covers. And that's kind of been paused for a while because of everything that's been going on at the moment. But hopefully I'll get back on with that soon and keep the covers out there for everyone.
So you talk about the divide and obviously use that as an inspiration. Has it been sort of inspirational being stuck back here? I mean, it might have been frustrating, I don't know, but has it been good for your own sort of creative process, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. And I felt really grateful to be on the island at this time as well. I feel like we're so lucky to be here. And I had my family around me as well, which I felt so grateful for. And it gave me a lot of time to think, even though it was hard, and I'm sure it was hard for so many, but it definitely did, and it made me think of covers that I could do for the future as well, and and then it got me working as well. I love doing caring work, so I met John, who's actually here with us today. He's sat beside me. I take him out for walks, and we go for lunches, and then I've also met somebody else now that has autism that I take out on a Wednesday and take him out for lunch. So I've met some new buddies on the way, which has been so nice, and made me not just stick with my music, but also do other things that I really love to do. So it's been really nice to, you know, even though it's a bad thing that's been going on, it's actually made me find out more about myself and do more things.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I should ask, because of course people will want to see you at some point, I'm sure, doing some of this music. Is there a chance you might be able to do any of this live? I'm assuming it might be difficult with your artist being instrumentalist off island.
Yeah, because I used to travel all the time to London, and I'd be doing open mic nights all the time down there, and any gigs that my manager could get me as well. But I am actually singing at the breast cancer a charity event this Sunday for the fashion show. I do a lot of things for charity on the island like that for singing wise. So always just hook me up if you need someone to sing for you. I'll be there. If I can sing, I'll be there. I love to sing. I'm always doing things like that. I need to get back on the scene of doing a bit more of like open mic nights on the island for sure, but it's just hard because my guitarist lives in London, and I prefer to play things more live than using my backing tracks. But at the time, I'm just going to have to get used to using backing tracks more often.
Absolutely. And what do you think of the London scene? Because obviously it is the scene, I suppose, in the UK.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's very scary. When I moved down there, it was like I couldn't believe the talent. There's so much talent down there. And it was very eye-opening and scary at the same time. But it's really made me grow as a person and be a lot more. I used to hide behind the microphone when I'd sing, and now I've grown so much more. And I'm definitely not scared to sing anymore, that's for sure, since I moved down there.
It amazes me. We were just talking off air and Coral was saying, I don't get nervous anymore. I wish I didn't get nervous anymore. Maybe I need to go to London, Howard. See you. Bye. I'm off. Well, we have been talking about this fabulous single. I think it's about time we heard it. So it's been lovely to catch up with you, Coral, today. Would you like to introduce your own single for us?
I would love to. This is my first ever single. It's called Divide. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for having me.
Very welcome.
I'll dive into you.